What's up everybody, my name is BrmP and welcome back to another video. And today I got something I have been working on the last few hours and I don't know. And I thought, hey, let's show it, because in my opinion this is actually pretty cool. And yeah, I actually have a lot to show, because I also have some stuff in here which I haven't made a video on yet, and I actually want to make a video on and all that stuff. But basically, if you look around here, you see a very big, well, big-ish base. And basically what I did is I took a little bit of inspiration from an army base, as you would say, and just thought to myself, you know what, let's make one in Space Engineers, or something that looks like it. And yeah, that's what this is supposed to be. So we've got six buildings, two of which, the two over there, are hangars, and the four over here are production and all the other govern. And yeah, I'll just show you around. By the way, sorry for the bad frame rate. As it is right now, Space Engineers is not very optimized. I've had it crash today a few times already, and I checked. It has nothing to do with my PC actually, because nothing of my stuff is topping out and whatsoever. So I don't know what's going on. It just needs to optimize the game better, and hopefully they do, because I would love to play planets with a little bit higher of a frame rate. But that aside, let's keep on going. Yeah, in here, this is just the smaller of the two hangars. You get access, of course, by the big hangar door, but also through these two sliding doors, as they are called, on the either side of the door. And of course, here buttons to open and close this large hangar door. Yeah, in here you see right now are just two of my G.P.K cruisers, or buggies I called them actually, and one of these things. Well, by the looks of it, probably you can already tell what this thing is meant to do. So I thought to myself, if you're building in survival and you need, yeah, just to work on something, you cannot on planets just lift it off the ground and hope that it will stay there if it's not like a yeah, like just a ship or something. If it's a car, it also will be, well, it will be harder to do. So I thought to myself, let's make a thing which is capable of lifting and stuff. So what you can do is, of course, hook up to the thing which you need to lift, and then lift it up so you can work on it, or just move it around, whatever, just like you want. Let's just bring that down again. Yeah, that's basically that thing. It's very easy thingamajig. I think actually, well, all of the things which are new I will put on the workshop, so if you want to check them out, go check them out. I also will upload this world to the workshop, so you can go and be like, hey, I want to play with this base. Go ahead. Yeah, this big ass ugly thing, well, it's not that ugly, it's more like a hump of metal actually. This thing is capable of landing and taking off from a planet. It actually can hover if you want him to. And basically what this thing is meant to do is take small cars or small ships into the or out to the of the atmosphere. And yeah, it's just capable of doing that. You can drive all the way through it, so you can go in here and out on the other end, because there's another airlock over there. It only doesn't have one of these ramps, so you just drop down, I think 5 meters or something. Yeah, the ship itself runs just from one guy only. It's capable of also getting, I think, yeah, 2 people with it. If you see a little bit over there in the background, there are 2 cryopods, so people can stay in there. yeah, the top of course is oxygenated, so you won't really need your helmet and stuff. Yeah, let's go on. Over there is a proof of concept thing I actually made. It's not really working as well as I would like it to, but basically this thing is meant to be a a truck with a trailer. Wow, English again. But the issue I'm having right now, it's easier to drive this thing backwards than it's driving it forwards. And I think it has something to do with the way, well, it has something to do with the way wheels work at the moment. Because if you drive this thing forwards, those back tires of the truck will start slipping and doing some funky stuff, and you can still drive it, but it's harder. Yeah, so that thing over there, that ramp, you can lower it so small cars can drive up on it, or you just can take take that lifter over there and just drop something onto here. It all works. Just whatever you want to do with it, you can do with it. It will pull it, so that's cool. But now let's go into this hangar, and in here are the ships I actually was starting to make today, and then I was like, hey, let's make this base. I am very proud of these things by the way they look, and oh my god, I just fell in love with the way these things look. I don't know why, but in my opinion, they're awesome. I'm not gonna fly one because I tried that, and for some reason every time well, at least if I fly that one all the way over there, my game crashes. Well, then I guess I'll show that this thing is capable of doing what you need it to do. But first, let's get out of the hangar, of course. It is a little bit, yeah, you need to fly pretty much dead center because this thing is wide. It can fit easily through this door, but still, this thing is wide, so keep that in mind if you're gonna fly this. And yeah, let's take off. One good thing, of course, is to clear the damn hangar before you start flying up. But okay, we did not got any damage. As you can see, this thing is pretty darn fast. Already doing 80, well 90, and max speed. There you have it. So this thing is pretty fast. Well, for the ship it is. It's big. It's not meant to go like 1,000 miles an hour or something. But this thing will get the job done. It will fly. It flies pretty decent. Stopping is another thing which it takes a little bit longer just because it has two large turbines or ox. Okay, I got it. Atmospheric thrusters, that's what they're called. And yeah, it has two to stop it, so keep that in mind. It will stop, but it takes a little bit longer than it will for it to just accelerate. Which kinda is logic, in my opinion, but yeah, just keep that in mind. But like I said, this thing flies pretty well. It's responsive. The only downside is because of the double cockpit, you cannot really see either to the left or the right. Depends on which one you're in. But you pretty much get used to that, I guess. Because I have, and if you know how big this thing is, you'll fly it no problem. Yeah, but I'll just get back to the tour of the base. I should probably show you what actually the meaning of, or the purpose of this thing is. It's a troop transporter. So if you get to move some people, you just be like, "Huh," and jump in, and you can sit over here and see your own butt apparently. But then yeah, just wait until the guys say, "Hey, you can go." Jump out, and yeah, jump out. So this thing, it's a troop transporter. Of course, it will be on the workshop, as with anything else I show you today. It has turrets, 2 to be exact, 1 on each side, just for defense purpose. And yeah, it's all made out of light armor, so it's not meant to go in and stay in the fight. So if you need to take this thing into a fight, it's like, go in, drop your troops, and go out. That's it. And you will need probably some good fighters to go with this. Probably going to make some, because why not? You know, why not? Well, yeah, just let me show you the rest of the base. But let's close the door if I can. Oh, fuck it, I can't find the thing. Let's go. Shall we go? Yeah, we'll go first into this tower. And frame rate. So in this tower, of course, as you would expect, this is the main command tower. And I should probably say all these 4 buildings over here are hooked up with conveyor systems, and the big one at the back over there is the one which allows you to refill all of this. But yeah, I ran pipes down through the ice, and yeah, so I could connect all these things. Yeah, but basically if we go upstairs here, you go to the, yeah, I call it the command center. And before you get there, of course, you get a little med bay so you can respawn and all that if you need to. And then up here you get a lovely view of the whole base. And yeah, and there are of course some seats in here so you can do what you need to do in a command center. So if somebody's coming in and you're like, hey, the landing bay is not clear, you cannot land right now because there's some big yellow thing there, stop, you know, and then they'll know, because then they know. But okay, yeah, I'll go. So in this hangar troop thing, I don't know actually what you call these things, barracks I guess, you've got the main storage. So in here are 3 rows of, I believe, 6, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6 large cargo containers, and that's all what's in here. Yeah, so if you need, you can grab something out of there and just go. Yeah, so that's the main storage of this whole base and all that gammons. A base like this, of course, needs power, and that's where this little building comes in. The base runs at the moment of 3 large reactors. It probably doesn't even need them. I think it will be fine if it only runs up from 1 reactor. And then it has on each side 2 rows of batteries. And these things are full at the moment, so I believe that it will take power from these as well. So the base itself uses very little power, and yeah, here 71 days you can go and then still have power with this thing, basically. Yeah, that's what's in here. And then I will show you the last thing, and that is this, and that's the production area and the cryopods. I will just go into the cryopods first, because that's not very special, of course. Yeah, basically there's a side door here, and in here are a few cryopods. So if you need yeah, just to stay in there, you can. And yeah, it houses a lot of people. Well, I say a lot, it's probably like 10 or something. I didn't count them. Yeah, and then in here there is the production area. So you open this up and then you get the lovely noise, which, by the way, I love this new noise of these airtight hangar doors. And then Like, oh my god, that's so awesome. But yeah, in here you have 4 refineries, 16 assemblers, 8 yeah, what you call them now. They're still oxygen generators, but of course they also make hydrogen, and 8 oxygen tanks, and 4 hydrogen tanks. And yeah, I basically put those in so this base can produce hydrogen and oxygen for larger ships which need them, or for small ships which need them. And yeah, that's basically yeah, where this building is for. So this is all your production you ever need. More than, I think. That's, I think, the main stuff of this build, of this base. So, like I said, everything I've shown today will be up in the Steam Workshop. If you like it, please hit subscribe, please hit like, and that greatly helps out my channel. And then guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.